Good morning, good afternoon, or whenever it is you're watching this. Here you get to make a movie. So here's some information on how to make a movie. First thing you need to do is gather up all your stuff, and that includes things like video cameras that are upside down at the moment. There we go, it's better. Video cameras. Different kinds of video cameras are out there. You got your generic cameras too. You just switch them to video mode or whatever they're called in your camera. There's so many different kinds. There's actually these things that are really called video cameras. I could pull out my old Super 8 one and show you that one too if you wanted. But if you have one of these things or your own kind of camera, you know how to use them. One of the things I will recommend also is a little tripod, because it sure is nice not to have to hold the camera. You can set it down and just work in front of it, whatever. Some of the cool new computers these days even have laptops, or I'm sorry, cameras built in, like the one I'm using now on this other computer. We actually have at school some of these now for you guys to use, which have cameras in them. A lot of your iPhones and iPod things can also take movies, so use those all you want. What's the other thing I was going to show you? Oh, the flip cams. We have at school flip cams for you guys to check out. You need to talk to the librarian, or I guess that's me, or Kim, the secretary out there, or to figure out how to check them out. They are in the catalog, and you can go find them, see if we have any. Don't forget also, when you connect this kind of camera, you also need some cables to go with it to connect it up to the computer. So there's all sorts of things you can do. The flip cams are probably the easiest because they come with software. We'll get the software in a little bit. The other thing you need to make sure you have is your storyboard, and we'll get that in a minute. Yes, I actually made one for this video. So then I've got 3 pages of it here. It does really help, guys, because it lets you split things up, makes you brainstorm and get ideas down. It doesn't have to be perfect or accurate, but just write some things down, what you want to do. And of course, it can be changed and edited as you do your movie. So that's what you need. We'll go through, I'll show you on the website, we'll do some screen capture stuff, and I'll show you a bunch of other things to help you out. I don't know what you guys have at home, what you're going to be using, so it's kind of hard for me because I don't know what it is you'll be using. I'll show you a variety of stuff, but kind of my point is going to be more so to give you ideas on how to make them good. I hope it helps. Here we go. I hope by now you know how to get to the school homepage. From there, around the left side, scroll down, way down there at the bottom somewhere, is a little link called Media Center. Click on that. Excuse me. And then right here called Making a Movie are some links and ideas of stuff I put together for you. Movie up here. Here's an example of a movie trailer that you're making. Here's a bunch of more examples. I will not show them all to you right now because they're just links. This is going to YouTube and it shows you other movie trailers. Down here are more movie trailers. I'm sorry, book trailers. So there's a lot of links here for you guys to look at to get ideas. So you can do that on your own though. First thing you guys really should do is make a storyboard. And I showed you that in the sample already. Storyboard. If you're going to print this, you don't need to print page 1. You don't even, they're just squares, reality. But it gives you the idea, lets you follow, gives you something to follow when you make your movie. This other one is a little bit more complex. I think it's a little bit better, but it does give you some more details of things you do not need, like this first page. It's really this third page you need that gives you the ideas. Here's instructions on how to do it. So like you don't really need to print all that, but it gives you the ideas. It gives you short stories on what to do. This gives you 1 on a page, I'm sorry, 2 on a page, and this one gives you 1 on a page. It really sincerely does help you focus on what it is you want to do. So print a couple of those, print page 3, write up what you want to do for your movie, and then move on. Again, they're just squares. If you want to use your own paper and write squares, that's great too. From here, um, I'm gonna not necessarily walk you through a movie, but give you ideas of what to do. You gotta speak loud. That's probably the worst thing you can do is not speak loud enough. The problem is sometimes you're filming something they're far away, but then don't have them speak. Put captions on the screen. So read this. If you're filming, don't talk because it's kind of annoying because it's kind of weird when the camera is itself speaking, but you should be filming the person who's talking. Reading the rest of these, if you talk and film, talk softer because that microphone is right next to you. Don't zoom in and out. Move the camera slowly. Film many short scenes instead of long ones because it's easier to not edit. Your movie's only going to be about 2 or 3 minutes long anyway. This rule of thirds thing down here is very interesting, and what it is when you are filming, keep your subjects. Start warming up. Oh, hang on. Keep your subjects on these lines in your rules of thirds. Notice in this video how a lot of this is in the thirds. Nobody's right here in the center of the screen. Third, third, there's third, thirds. Well, sometimes you have to have in the center, realize that. But it's a good thing to keep in mind. Keep them in the rules of thirds. There you go. Sorry, it's not coming out right, but get the idea. Rule of thirds. Watch the whole video later if you want to. Hopefully be okay filming your video. I bet you guys get the idea and know what to do from there. When you get all your footage and start putting your video together, start with a black screen in your intro just because it looks better on the big screen and when you show it in class. Don't use too many transitions between all the slides and scenes. Fade transition works the best. You want it to be more subtle. Of course, it depends on what you're making on your movie. So again, that's hard to say depending again on what you're actually doing. Don't cut the scenes too short to start with because a transition will go over the scene you're cutting. So you gotta be careful where you cut your videos at when you make them. As far as making videos, if you look down below, I've got a lot of links here somewhere. Here they are. Tutorials on how to use some of these different software packages. Now when I did these, I just went to YouTube and did a search and found a good movie to show you. But do your own searches at YouTube. There's a lot of tutorials there, guys, on how to make movie trailers. Keep in mind, if you're going to add a music track, that if it's copywritten, your movie is not going to play on YouTube, or your movie will play, but you won't have any audio. And I know this from experience. I've done it before with a video I put up there, and it does not play because of the movie plays, but you don't get any audio. So be careful of music you put in. Of course, if you do any sound yourselves, that's not copywritten. So over here on the left, there's some music and audio links to places to get free music from. Purple Planet is, I believe, your best one. It is really cool because you can search by category. So if you've got a scary movie or a scary book and you're making a scary book trailer, over here on the left, pick one. Is scary. Oh, there's horror. So choose horror and Dark Forest. Look how easy that is. The dead shall walk. You can pause it, and here you go, full preview and download. Click on it, pull it into your movie. Want me to download theme, and then pull it into your movie, however you're doing, depending which application you're using. But you can make a lot of dramatic things with your music that you put into your movie trailer. Oops, I did the wrong thing there. So Purple Planet over here is probably the best one to use. Is the one I just showed you. There are other ones here to give you some ideas. Blabberize is kind of a new fun thing. I don't know if it's going to be appropriate for what you're doing, but it is kind of fun where I don't know how to explain it. You'll just look at it sometime and, oh, here it comes. Too late. Look at it on your own and we'll come back to it. It's just kind of a fun thing you can do.